today.
One chocolate today.
Compare national state level, you would have to run non-sales, wholesale.
Is like 9,000.
The only mistake I made, I didn't put it in a registration booth with the
Just this ever-evolving story.
It's the box.
Howdy. Welcome back to Let's Grow Poland, Monday, May 26th, Great Memorial Day.
I'm gonna Logan, hold on a second.
Alrighty.
I just gotta grab the screen and bring it back to me. I can do it. There we go. All right, Logan. Your browser has lost connection to your camera. Logan, can you hear me okay, buddy?
Yeah, I still got you, bud.
All right, I'm not sure what happened. We're having some technical issues here on an HDMI cable. I thought I had it figured out, so give me a second here. But welcome everybody to Let's Grow Poland. Jason Schultz here. Mike is on his way to Maine. He took a couple weeks off. He'll get back at it here. I know he'll be in Farley with us coming up here to help us with Full Pull Live. I just want to get my camera figured out. Start cam. Should be right there. There it is. So welcome everybody. Let's Grow Poland. Happy Memorial Day. Thanks to our troops. My grandpa fought in the wars. I was in the Army Reserves. I wasn't a badass or anything like that, but I still would have had to be a badass if I had to be. But my daughter marched in her final homecoming parade today. We went to the cemetery and they did a nice flyover, and just shout out to our troops. They give us the freedoms that we have to live in the greatest country in the world, so we can go truck and tractor pulling and enjoy our weekends coming up. So, but Memorial Day, Logan, kind of is the unofficial start of summer. What have you been doing on this past weekend?
This past weekend, just took some time off from the pulling shop, went down to the lake and had just a nice period to relax, refocus, and get ready for this wide slew of events that's about ready to come right at us really quickly.
Yeah, we're going to do a quick weekend recap. Clint Bowman, one of the promoters of Chapel Hill, the Lion Super Pull of the South, is sitting in the back. We're going to bring him on in a few minutes, but I wanted a few minutes just to kind of do a weekend review with Logan. Kenzie's sitting next to me doing graphics. There's her hand right there. Earl Grimes passed away. He's 90 years old. And if you think about, Logan, what pulling is amazing because of your family, right? Like with your dad, right? Your dad and pulling is everything. I know that for a fact. Same thing with me. I think if you asked, pretty much 99 out of 100 pullers would say how you got into pulling. It was a dad, it was a mom, it was a grandpa, it was something like that. And then they continue that legacy. Granted, in the 60s and 70s, we weren't pulling with the equipment that we are today. But it was still something that you did with your family. You know what I mean? The Grimes family, they built that light pro stock. Mike had Justin and what are the boys? Justin and Gerald's a dad.
Yep.
And the boys are Justin and there's a brother. I didn't do my homework there enough on that, Logan. But anyway, their grandpa passed away on Saturday, and they wanted us to mention that tonight on the air. The obituary is posted on the Grimes Facebook page there, so if you get a chance to go check that out. And we always hate somebody you got to be 90 years old. You know what? And if I make it to 90, Logan, that's a good life.
Me too.
That is
90 years old and a life full of tractor pulling. That sounds pretty good.
It is. On the Full Pull Live side of the world, this Saturday, we're going to be at the Badger State Pull in Prairie Du Sac, Wisconsin. It starts at 4 o'clock. It's at fullpull.live. We'll have some games up at fullpullpicks.com as well. And then next weekend, we literally have 7 live streams in 2 days. As you know, or if you don't know yet, for those of you that are watching, we partnered up with the Outlaws. We're the official streaming partner of the Outlaws. which also includes the Outlaw Heartland Division, which is the NSPA, which is Colorado, Western Nebraska. They have an event on Saturday. WTPA's in Stanley, Wisconsin on Friday. We're also the official streaming partner of the Wisconsin Tractor Pulling Association. So Stanley, Wisconsin, Friday night. Saturday night's Ellsworth, Wisconsin, Region 3 Pull of the Year Showdown in Kurdtown, I believe is what they call it. And then we'll also be in Hutchinson, Minnesota as well. Kenzie's going to be in Ravenna, Nebraska. So it really gets this kind of one more quiet weekend. Benson was supposed to be this weekend, Logan, and then the racetrack got sold. And they decided not to have the pull, right? So
yeah.
And then we got going on, like I said, then we go to Hutchinson, then we go to Farley, the Farley 50, I call it, $50,000 to win. Each puller paid $2,500 to compete there. Are you going to competing in Farley?
We're not going to make it this year to Farley. We're going to see how it runs the first year, and once we know that we're dead set and our stuff's where it needs to be, then we're going to go up there and give it heck.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it. Again, for those of you waiting around to listen to Clint Bowman talk, we'll bring him on in a few minutes. Again, the 50th, the Lions Super Bowl of South Chapel Hill, Tennessee, July 18th and July 19th. I've got to go down there the last couple of years now with full pull, and it is everything that they say it is. It truly is a super national pull. Esden Lane, we interviewed him a couple of years ago on one of the podcasts. We always ask the pullers, Logan, what is your favorite pull and why? Yep. And he didn't even blink. He said the Super Bowl of the South, and I said, why? And he said the hospitality. And when you get down there, it's Southern charm. Everybody's nice, they're polite, and it just goes there. And it's an amazing, for a one-track pull, it's awesome. It almost feels you're enclosed. There's probably 10,000 people there.
There's an atmosphere to it.
Yeah, it gives you goosebumps. It gives you goosebumps, and hopefully my tractor will be running. It'll get there this year. So yeah, I cross my fingers. So we'll just see what happens there. So if you've been following the Beer Money social media channels, Chandler Pickler, our little social media rock star, was up in Unity, Wisconsin Friday night. And that mid-South, mid-state?
I think
it's Mid-State Pullers of Wisconsin, Logan. And then yesterday he was at Sparky's Pull, which is the
Kevin Rudd Memorial.
Kevin Rudd Memorial. He was a former mini rod puller that passed away, right?
Yes.
And they do that memorial for him. So so Kendall Clubguard got out the old Case of Misbehaving, hasn't been out in 7 or 8 years. And then they also got out their twin engine mod. I think that they pull a tri-state is what I think.
I would believe.
Yep. And then today, Chandler's in Taylor, Wisconsin right now, the home of Brian Guza and the Disaster Mini Rod Pulling Team as well. And I saw there were some big mini rod pullers up there too, Kenzie, as well.
Isaacs were up there and some other guys. So
yeah, Pisix had it. If you were under a rock last week, Pisix did really well at the Pullers Championship, and it's good to see them do well down there as well. Here's a video today from Taylor. So this tractor, watch the left front tire of this tractor as it goes down the track.
Oh, that got a little wild.
So I love what the announcer says. That got a little bit wild.
A little bit wild.
We can joke about it now. I've been on rough rides like that before without roll cages. And my dad said to me back in 1995, I am not going to a tractor pull to go to a funeral. And I got myself a farm stock tractor that day and learned how to drive a tractor because I didn't grow up on a farm like a lot of pullers did. And I never, ever drove a tractor again without a roll cage. And it just, I'm not sure if that one had skid plates on it, Logan, but it looked like the front end didn't stab into the ground.
It did stab the front end.
Yeah. So it didn't kick it over, basically, is what I'm saying. And I know the venue itself said they just put up guardrails in the last couple of years. It's an FFA alumni pull, like a memorial or a fundraiser pull. So it was really good that they were able to do that. That tire didn't go flying into the stand.
Exactly.
Everybody. So
fans first.
Fans first, exactly. So we're going to bring Clint on in a second, but tonight we're going to kind of preview. Clint's our only guest tonight, our only promoter coming on tonight. We're going to talk about Hutchinson, Minnesota. We're going to talk about Stanley, Wisconsin. We're going to talk about Ravenna, Nebraska, the Mackville Nationals, Cambridge, Illinois, and Dragway 42. Those are some events that work with us at Beer Money to promote their event on the social media. But without further ado, can you play the Chapel Hill video, and then we'll bring Clint on? Mm-hmm. So everybody, the 50th, July 18th and 19th at Chapel Hill, Tennessee. If you've never been there, have it be this year. I mean, it's going to be special. Clint's going to talk about a few of the things they're going to do. I don't know if he's going to let all the secrets out of the bag. They have announced that they did invite 6 super stock diesel trucks. They announced that on the No Practice podcast a few weeks ago. But I don't know if Clint's going to talk about what else they're doing, but it's just great to have Clint come on tonight because summer starts now and it goes by like that.
It's go time.
We get all stressed out and then it's over. So here we go. The Chapel Hill promo video. There, let's put Clint in the big hole there. Perfect. Clint Bowman, Chapel Hill, one of the promoters. Clint, welcome. Logan Stevens here. You don't know Logan. He's a young gun, we like to call him, and loves coming on and helping with the podcast. But we're great to have you on. First of all, give us how long have you been involved as a promoter with the team there and the Lions Club down in Chapel Hill?
Good evening, y'all. I've been in the Lions Club since 1991.
Okay.
So a little over 30 years, I guess. Been helping full time ever since then. Helped a little while tow tractor driving before then, but we've been at it this will be our 50th year. So I think I've made every one of them almost. Might have missed one or two, but that's about it.
So, did you grow up pulling, Clint, or how did you?
No, I just grew up here helping the Lions Club and supporting the community.
Okay.
So how has the poll evolved from when you first gotten into this to where it is today? And then what have you guys got planned for the 50th running this year of the Super Pole of the South?
Well, as Jason said, we've added a diesel truck class. We hope that helps the crowd. A lot of the younger crowd around here has been wanting to see the diesel trucks pull, so we've invited a few of them, and it has evolved immensely over the years as far as quality of equipment and, just the show itself. It's been a great help to the town. We're going to do a few things a little extra this year. I'm not going to tell all of it, but there's going to be a few surprises.
So talk us through from the puller side. What's it take to get into this prestigious event?
Well, Jason was close a while ago. It's the top 15,
Okay.
and then invitational.
Okay.
So if you're in the top 15, you've got it locked. And then you got to know somebody, I guess, to get a special invite. But
Like Clint Bowman, does it help to know Clint
yeah,
Bowman?
that would help. But there's a few more that would probably help too.
Well said. If you're just joining us, Clint Bowman, one of the promoters of the Lions Super Pole of the South, July 18th and 19th, Chapel Hill. And this is number 50. Toma's celebrating their 50th as well, Clint.
Yeah.
But it's got to be one of the longest running polls in the country, right?
You would think, I'd say your Ohio pools and all up in there is probably longer, but
Yep.
we started out with Raleigh Lights promoting, it's 1975, and then Red Man and Copenhagen's Gold. It just picked up over the years and just keep growing.
So I know this, but I want the fans to know it has not always been an NTPA Grand National Poll. Can you kind of take us through the history and tell us some fun stories?
There was a few years I can a little bit in the early 90s that we went with a different. It was a United States Hot Rod Association.
Okay.
We had 2 or 3 years of them, but other than that, it's mostly been NTPA.
Gotcha. Again, if you have any questions for Clint or Chapel Hill is your favorite poll, or you're coming for the first time or have any questions, please throw them down in the comments here, and we'll put them up on the screen, and Clint can answer them. Clint, that poll, what has there been a heyday of the biggest crowds that you can ever remember? Was it a certain decade or a certain time? Was it, or is it today, or was it 10 years ago? Was it 15 years ago? What are some of your memories or highlights over your 30 years involved with that event?
It's always a big crowd, and then especially on a Saturday night, and it's 85 to 90 degrees. It'll be a really big crowd, but it's when it gets up over 95 and 100 during the days, it kind of slacks off. But we've got a soccer field, football field there adjoining the track, and it's usually standing room only on it on a Saturday night, and it's been like that for the past several years. So nothing sticks out special. Every year is special. The few nights that we've been rained out and it didn't happen it sort of sticks out harder than others. Of course, we've had some losses there over the years, and it's all been good.
Yep. I was super impressed with your track coverage last year during the pro stock class on Saturday night. I think it rained last year on Saturday night. The rain came in. You guys got it covered within literally minutes. As soon as it done, you took that tarp back off, and I mean, we were hooking pro stocks again. Your people, how many volunteers do you have that event happened? Because it's got to be
we have roughly 90 club members.
Okay.
But then we have a community. There's probably 200 or more in the community that help out. So there's a lot of people that becomes Lions Club members them 2 nights. So we got another tarp. We're getting a little older, so we bought one a little lighter this year. We're still going to cover it with 2, but Ken and Rojo, they went up to Chicago and picked us up a new tarp a few weeks ago, and we'll have it covered and ready to go again this year.
Okay.
I'm looking for the graphic right now. Sorry, Logan. Of I think it's 6 diesel trucks that are coming. This Terry Burgett was wanting to know the new diesel. Are you going to have pickups or semis? No, it's super stock diesel trucks. Your three turbochargers, the ones like the trucks that you see at Louisville.
Four-wheel drive, 3 turbocharged.
They're awesome. The crowd loves them.
So what's it take to rally all those guys together and put on such a great show year after year?
Well, a lot of the school organizations, the sports teams help, and of course they get funds from that. So that's a big bonus. And then, it's just being a part of the community and being a part of giving, I think, is the main thing. Everybody does it as volunteers. I mean, nobody makes any money off of it, and everybody wants to be a part of it. So we just got a good community of people, and it's all worked out.
Well, good. And as with anything, you're looking forward to this year, but what's it going to take to keep this event going for another 50 years? I know there's older guys that are going to be ending up.
It's definitely going to take some younger guys coming in, and that's what we're working on. We have a few younger members coming along now, and they're stepping up, and some of the older guys have stepped out of the way, and some I say younger, they're 40s. That's a lot younger than 60s. So
got another
keeping the younger generation involved is the main thing, and I believe it'll keep going.
Well, good.
We're looking for that graphic right now, Clint. I want to list the 6 trucks that are coming.
There it is.
There we go. So it's Top Shelf, Trencher, Smokin' Ya, Pipe Dream, Trump, and Dixie Ram. And Dixie Ram was your farm show champion, Logan, Caroline Armstead there. And I think it's pretty close for her too. It's like their hometown pool. I think they live within an hour or so.
And she's going to pull on Friday night. She won't be able to make it Saturday night. They have another pool somewhere else, but
okay.
She will definitely be there Friday night.
Yeah, probably a Mid-South pool then. I think her dad's the president of Mid-South.
Her dad's the president of the association. That's right.
Yep. So again, if you're just joining us, Clint Bowman, one of the promoters of the Lion Super Bowl of the South, Chapel Hill, Tennessee, July 18th and 19th, number 50. Do you have that graphic? You want to throw up, Kenzie? Kenzie's going to throw that graphic up. So those are the trucks it's invite only. These are 6 super stock diesel trucks. Clint mentioned earlier when he came on that a lot of the younger fans want to see diesel trucks. And when they see these diesel trucks, they weigh 7,800 pounds, making over 3,000 horsepower. I think some are making close to 4,000 now. Some of them don't get in the throttle until 150, 200 feet. They're making so much horsepower and getting them hooked up to the track. So, but Top Shelf will be there. Nick Gillette, Trencher, that's Jeremy Yeager, Smokin' Ya, Eric Stacy, former champ, Pipe Dream, that's Jeremy's as well. And Trump, Shane Kellogg, he was voted one of the top diesel drivers in the full pull driver ranks as well. And then we'll talk about Dixie Ram. So got a good assortment of diesel trucks, and the crowd's going to love them, Clint. The crowd is going to love them. So.
And for those that don't know, what other classes are you having in addition to this new diesel supers?
Well, we have the unlimiteds, of course, and then we have the minis. You'll have the regular modified four-wheel drive trucks, the super stock tractors, diesel tractors, and the pro stock.
That's a heck of a show. That's
That
a heck
is.
of a show, Logan.
Yeah.
And it's laid out perfect, Logan. If you've never been there, and I know you haven't, hopefully you get to come some year. You line up behind the grandstand, come around to the scales, come around the starting line, you're just right back out. It's like they laid it out. It's a pulling, when you get in there, it's like a football field and a baseball field. You're like, they have a tractor pull here? And then boom, all of a sudden you find it. And
Well, it's one of those deals, I guess, if you know the right guy, I could get in with a mini rod or two.
Yeah, maybe I'll give you I'll give you all the board numbers, Logan. We'll see what we can do. So.
Just let me know. We'll hook you up.
Might have to make a trip.
It'll be fun. It's amazing.
Be glad to have you.
It is amazing for sure. Sponsors wise, Clint, who are some sponsors that have been supporting you for years? Maybe who are some new sponsors that came on this year for you?
H&R Agri-Power has been great over the years with support with tractors and equipment. And, of course, Mr. Hunt, anything you need, let us know, and we'll be there. They've helped us tremendously.
Nice.
Rural First has stepped up this year. It's a farm credit, division of farm credit. They're a presenting sponsor this year also. And then our company I deal with is Mitsubishi Electric. They heating to the company. Of course, Bush Hog, Sky Green, Duck River Electric, some of the others. Tours Banquet is with DET Distributing. They've stepped up this year, and then you've got all your regular NTPA sponsors also. That'll be advertised there, but those are our main sponsors that we're pushing that really help us here local.
Good deal. So if people want to take some time off, Clint, maybe come down for a week and then go to the tractor pull that weekend, make a vacation out of it. What are you close to? What are some other things they can do besides the truck and tractor pull on Friday and Saturday?
Of course, you've got Henry Horton State Park right here, 3 or 4 miles down the road, and it's got a nice golf course. We're probably 15, 20 miles from Lynchburg. Of course, everybody knows Jack Daniels is in Lynchburg. There's, of course, downtown Nashville's got however many bars you ever want to go to. You can spend 2 or 3 days in Nashville. But there's several different venues and things going on around.
Nice. Over the years, what's the farthest a pull has ever traveled to compete there? Can you rattle that off the top of your head?
The farthest tractor has pulled?
No, I'm sorry. Like the farthest somebody came from, like a puller.
Oh,
like where
farthest
they live.
somebody came from.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure. I can't tell you that. California, maybe?
Okay.
Was it Greer that was from California?
I'm not sure. We'd have to get
Greer
hold of
Hamilton, maybe?
So is there one thing for the fans, say they're on the edge looking, are we going to go, are we not? What's one thing you'd have to say, push them over the edge, just get everyone to come to Chapel Hill?
I'm kind of having a hard time hearing you. What would push everyone wanting to come to Chapel Hill? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So say we're debating about going, what's fans' first perspective on going and seeing some of the best iron in the whole country?
Well, you're going to have the top 15 of those 5 classes, some of the best equipment in the country to see. And I don't, as far as anything else, I mean, I don't know how you can beat that.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
some of the best competition.
some of the best competition is in the series. So you're looking at, I don't know, this probably southeast here. This is probably the biggest pool in the southeast with this competition.
Biggest pool in the South.
Yeah, without a doubt. without a doubt.
Next closest would be in Ohio, I guess, wouldn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Unless we talk Louisville, yeah, that's
Louisville would be, yeah, definitely.
And they're with the Southern hospitality too. That's a big part of it.
Yeah. For those of you that are watching,
everyone's friend.
Yeah, for those of you that are watching that go to Chapel Hill, why do you come back year after year? Let us know in the comments, and we'll throw that up there on the screen for Clint. Again, if you're just joining us, happy Memorial Day. Thanking all of our veterans and our troops. So we can go to Chapel Hill July 18th and 19th. Got Clint Bowman on here, one of the promoters with us tonight. Just kind of doing some preview. We'll have him on again here. Maybe some of the other promoters as well as we get closer to the event. We kind of wanted to kick off the summer. What did Clint Bowman do this past weekend for Memorial Day, Clint? What'd you do to celebrate and relax?
Not a whole lot of anything. Me and the grandson, we got the old truck out and rode around a little while Saturday. And went over to Columbia and stopped by the parts stores and picked up a few things. But yesterday and today, we hadn't done much of nothing. Just took it easy.
That's good. That's good because it's about to get going.
Took advantage of that.
Yep, because those days are about done. Those days
That's
are about
right.
done. The Chapel Hill orange, I like to call it. That I see you guys wearing the shirts. Does that, if your orange kind of always been your color, or is that something part of the Lions Club, or how did that happen?
Orange has always been our color. It's just something. One of our founding members was a Tennessee fan, and I sort of think it started with that. But it's picked up and grew, and that's just something we stuck with, was Tennessee orange.
And Logan, you know how every pool, the big pools have like something, a belt buckle or a this or a certain trophy. You guys have a chair, right, Clint? Can you talk about that a little bit?
We have a chair. We used to do a country ham and some other things, and people saw that the country hams had a little mold on them, thought they wasn't any good, something was wrong with them, so they got away from that idea and went to the director's chair. So we've probably been doing the director's chair now for 20-something years, I'm sure, but since the mid-90s anyway.
That's neat.
Pullers, they really like and relish, and they brag about how many they've got. A few of them do, and some of them sort of can't say that. They've been coming this long, but we had the lock and load team. We had to give them a hard charger award a couple years ago and took care of that. So they finally got them a chair.
Yeah, no, that was one I was going to tell some stories about. Some of the other super stock diesel tractor guys joked about them, and they would let them sit in their chair or set them by them. They had a lot of fun with it. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So let's talk back, going to the past. What's a team or a competitor that you've always liked to see come back, or what teams had the best track record out there that are consistently a heavy hitter year in and year out?
You know, I'm not much of a statistics type person, but Larry Peterson has won several chairs in the profab machine. I can't say how many, of course, and he's got several chairs also. There's several different ones. But as far as putting numbers down, I haven't kept up with it. Jason probably, or Miles or somebody like that can tell you who has the most wins, and I enjoy having all of them.
Yeah, that's a Miles, Krieger, Dan Mayer type of a question.
Yep.
So we'll definitely let them do that.
Side topic, who is announcing that this year? Is Miles and Dan coming down, or?
Miles is not. Unfortunately, we had to make some harsh decisions, and Full Pool, of course, is having an announcer for us this year. They're bringing an announcer with them. It'll be Dan Mayer.
Yep.
And then Charles Broche.
Posh. Is it Posh?
Is an NTPA announcer.
Okay.
So we'll have them too, and then we've kept Darren Hartwell on as a sponsor announcer and stuff for us to do our thing.
Yeah, Logan, the NTPA hired Charles to kind of be their series announcer this year.
I see.
And I don't know if you'll see him at every event, but a majority of them. And then we have at Full Pull, we have our own series announcer as well this year. So we're integrating that in. So the people on the live stream are hearing the same thing the people are at home. So we're trying to put all that together in year number 2 here. So we're looking forward to doing that. So,
Well, good.
Yep. Cool. Clint, anything else we want to touch on tonight before we let you go, buddy?
No, just be sure to get us out there. Everybody come see us. And if there's anything we can do for anybody, let us know. We'll be glad to have you. It's good talking to y'all. And just holler at me on through the week and give me a heads up on some of the other things we've got going on, if you don't mind.
No problem. No problem.
All right.
Thanks, Clint. Have a good
Awesome.
night.
All right.
Thank you, Clint.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yep. Night, Clint. Clint Bowman, everybody, one of the promoters of the Lions Super Bowl of the South in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, July 18th and 19th. And again, it's like an invite only. You got to be top 15 in the Grand National Points to be there. And they do some other invites as well. I've noticed it in the Pro Stock category over the years. Logan, you'll see some tractors there that maybe like Masterson's came a couple years ago.
Yep.
You know, they don't run Grand National Points, but they were able to come, and that was a big deal. And Kevin was there with the River Rat, and it's fun to mix it up like that.
Yeah,
do all the fun things. So it's good stuff. I want to play another promo video. We have it for Full Pull Live for Chapel Hill. I just uploaded that just a second. Again, we get Clint Bowman on for a few minutes with us, one of the promoters of Chapel Hill. Tonight's kind of a simple show. I had reached out to some other promoters. I knew it was going to be tougher on Memorial Day. Normally, Mike's here with us as well, and Mike's got it, really strategic what he's going to do. And I said, I'll cover you the next couple of weeks. And I didn't do my homework as well as Mike would have. So Logan's joined us as one of our new co-hosts the last couple of weeks. It's great to have you on the show as well. Logan, I love the fact that you're younger. You are that next generation of puller. You're 17 or you 8? How old are you now, bud?
I'm 17. I'll turn 18 at the end of the year.
Nice. And just great to have another perspective on the program with us. Again, we're always just, for me, it's my motivation is more fans in the stands so the pullers can get paid more money. We're still getting paid the same as we have since the 80s, and we got to get more fans in the stands and more eyeballs, control the media, etc. So we can show sponsors real numbers, and that's what we're working on with Full Pull, and I'm excited for that as we continue to grow. Speaking of Full Pull, this Saturday night, we're going to be live from Prairie Du Sac, Wisconsin, the opening of the Badger State season. It'll be the only Badger State hook we're going to be able to stream all year. I reached out to Greg, president of Badger State, when Benson got got canceled. And he goes, yeah, come on in, because we want to work with more state associations in the future. So we'll be there Saturday night. We did partner up. The WTPA, Wisconsin Tractor Pulling Association, is the first state association to team up with Full Pull for the season. Brent Yarn will be running the stream with them. Friday, June 6th, he'll be in Stanley, Wisconsin. And I believe that's a pull. It's been a pull of the year for WTPA. And then Saturday, June 7th, is Ellsworth, Wisconsin Showdown in Kurdtown, Logan. That's a big one. They got some Region 3 classes. They got some state level classes, and they have a huge crowd there. It's been going on for a number of years. So that's a really good pull. And then also, so Kenzie will be in Ravenna, Nebraska, Friday night and Saturday night, June 6th and 7th. That kicks off I think the 11 classes, Kenzie. Does that sound right?
That sounds right.
Sounds right. And then we'll also have Outlaw Heartland Division, NSPA that weekend. And then we'll also be in Hutchinson, Minnesota with the Power Pull Nationals Grand National Pull as well. So June 6th and 7th really gets busy. And a lot of fans have been saying, how do I watch all these live? You can go back and watch all of them. Your monthly subscription is only $39.99. If you sign up now, if you let your subscription expire or you haven't signed up yet, if you sign up by the end of the year, it's 50% off the first month by May 31st if you sign up. So it's a great idea to get out there and check it out. So Mike Heidel, hello from Toledo, Ohio. Almost stopped in Bowling Green for the night. Could have done the podcast from the Pole Town bleachers. That would have been cool.
That would have been pretty cool.
Way to go, Mike. You can't even throw things out there like that and then not do it. I'm looking over at Kenzie. Our normal TV and camera that we normally use took a crap tonight. We thought it was an HDMI cable.
I think it's our converter box.
We think it's our converter box. Technology is great when it works, and when it does it, it'll turn all your hair gray, Logan.
Yeah.
Mine every 4 months.
So, Logan, you as a young motorsports fan, what are other sports doing that pulling needs to do in your mind? What do we need to do better? Like, what aren't we doing? My favorite question for like my mortgage team is to my loan officers: what aren't we doing that we should be doing? What do you think pulling needs to do more of?
It's kind of a niche community, but I think we just need to get it out in front of more eyes and show them the kind of family aspect of it, how everyone's got each other's back, and then just seeing how to get everyone out there. Yes, live stream's fine, but what can we do to get them into the seats?
Right.
Because that's really where the action is. So I've always been fans first perspective. Kid walks up, do everything you can to make that a memorable experience for him. Let him sit in the seat, sign a couple autographs, give him a spark plug or something. Just something to say, I did this, and something that'll stick with them for years to come.
I like it. Brandon Gillen's checking in. He has Oso Negro, a light mod, pulls with Texas Truck and Tractor Pullers and the Outlaws. He brought that to Nashville last weekend. The light mod class, Logan, kind of stole. Our track was hard Friday night. We had all that hail and rain Friday afternoon. We covered the track up, didn't get enough moisture back in. It was super hard Friday night. Was not good at all. And then Saturday night was one of the best tracks we've ever had. So really the pullers had to battle. You talk about two different setups, Logan. I mean, it was two different setups.
Yeah.
And for the light mod guys, that's the first time that they'd ever been there. I think only Cameron Neves had been there. He had pulled the big mod class with his Louisville setup. And
just about every single person I talked to, competitor and fan alike, said that was the show and the class to watch.
Yes. Yep. And we knew about the light mod class, and we know like the NTPA Grand National class is 6,200 pounds, I believe. And we went with the outlaw rules, which is 7,400 pounds. And that allows a bunch of different engine combinations. I think ITPA also runs those rules, the Illinois Tractor Pulling Association. I don't know. I'm not super rule techie guy.
So we have one of the vehicles that compete in that class with triple Chevys.
Okay.
At 7,400, and then the bringing on, I believe you can run one industrial and one or two Hemis is the other combination. Yep. And then there's some iteration in there with how you shuffle your turbine guys. So it's really a wide range of who can actually pull. So.
Yep. But the light mod class will always be back at the Pullers Championship. Our goal is to have about 10 classes, Logan, 10 pullers in each class, about 100 hooks. We want a 4-hour show. It got a little long this year. I'm not sure why. We need to go back and probably watch the tape a little bit. I was involved in the live stream and just focusing on that. So, but we know everybody's butt time is about 3.5 to 4 hours before they start leaving. And we saw it ourselves. We started at 6 each night. We wanted to be done by 10. We didn't make it either night, but Friday night, I'm just glad we got it in. I don't know how many truck and tractor pulls can say we had hail 2 hours before our event. Yeah. We still got to pull in. So shout out to Brad and the team at the Track and Holes Hours. Had the covers out, parked all the UTVs on there, and that's the most expensive tarp holders in the history of truck.
Good show of iron out there.
Yeah. So we're going to continue to grow that event, and again, every dollar from that event. From the gate and the live stream goes back to the pullers payout. I don't know what the exact payout's going to be this year yet, but I know we had a great crowd Saturday night, but our crowd was light on Friday night. So that's just how it's
that's to be expected with rain.
Terry Burgett, a lot of great comments tonight. He said Morgan Lucas was a big help when you're pulling on TV. Yeah. So we have to show a sponsor that we can give you enough eyeballs for them to come in and pay for it so we can put it on network TV. That's what NASCAR is able to do. That's what NHRA is able to do with Fox. They have enough eyeballs for sponsors to buy spots on there to pay for the production and give money back. And that's where pulling hasn't done a good enough job over the years. And I still don't know how we had 76,000 people at the Indy Super Bowl in '83 or the Houston Astrodome, and I don't know where.
What changed?
I don't know why or where it went down, Logan.
Yeah,
trying to figure it all out. So
maybe that's the deal. Maybe we just bring this Indy Super Bowl back and.
Oh, it'd be fun. So I want to talk. Let's go kind of pull by pull, if you don't mind, Logan. Or do you got anything bouncing around in your head right now? So
I got a lot bouncing around, but all of it's pertaining to the stacked schedule that we got coming up here in the next.
Let's talk about your little bit. What are you and your dad going to run this year? Are you running the minis, or what can you talk about? I know you got some secrets. I don't want to play secrets.
So we got some secrets. We'll hit a few more events than what we're going to say, but we'll be running Grand National Minis, Hot Shot Secret Pro Pulling League, and then we'll try to filter in some NTPA stuff whenever the time allows on our schedule. And then we'll be running some Outlaw 7,400 pound triple engine mod and light mod. So that's going to be fun with all that. And then just keeping the local stuff held down with some garden tractors when we're not busy enough.
I was going to say, you definitely do enough, Logan. You definitely do enough.
And then just promoting the great sport of tractor pulling to the youngest generation. Got to have people to come in right after us.
Well, when you have ideas for the podcast, just work them out with Mike, and you guys keep making it fun. That's what you do here. So let's talk about some upcoming pulls. Dragway 42. Do you have anything for that, Kenzie? I'm asking my producer over here.
Great event out there.
I thought I had the video here.
I know they've been pull of the year with OSTPA. I know we have a promo video for them somewhere. We'll find it here in a second. Did you put the poster in, Kenz? I'll put the poster on the screen. Give me a second, Logan. Kenzie's going to look for the video. It's all good.
Dragway 42 is one of those places out in the middle of nowhere, but boy, is it a beautiful facility.
Yeah. I'm going to get my poster. It's on my computer. I know that for a fact. Kyle Matcham was going to come on tonight, and then something popped up. He'll be on next week at the 8 o'clock Central Time Zone. Don't forget, Massetti and Friends goes live in about 45 minutes. We used to kind of do the podcast together, but Kenzie and I are getting old and tired. Or I'm getting old. Kenzie's getting tired. I'm old and tired. But we do that there. Real quick, too, we're going to have the Busch Light T-shirts. I want to throw these up. These are going to be on sale this week on the website. We're going to get this up. Busch Light has teamed up with UD Motorsports. The Vibrators got a wrap, and Suffer Insanity's got a wrap, and those were unveiled at the Pullers Championship a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. That's going to be a very cool partnership with them.
Yeah. Be sure to go check out UD Motorsports, give them a like on the socials. And then I'm going to find my Dragway 42 poster. Kyle Matcham, we've been helping him for a couple years. That event's great. It's a drag strip. Benson was a long ways for me, from Wisconsin. But you want to talk about a cool venue. All that pavement. Logan, to park on, and, the big drag strip next door. That was kind of cool for things like that. Here's the Dragway 42 poster.
When they had us out last year, at the end of the year, they were running dragsters out the night before, just testing tuning it. You could watch. And then they were running dirt drags on the pulling track.
Okay.
So all around, it was a very, very cool experience.
They're racing like crazy is what you're saying.
They got a bug, and they definitely know how to scratch it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So Dragway 42 Friday, the 6th. It looks like Saturday night's kind of the OSTPA show, or maybe they got a little bit. Maybe Friday night's more of a brush pull. We'll talk to more about Kyle next week, because I see some like 13.5, 8-mile-an-hour classes. That looks like the Friday night show. Yep. Southeastern Ohio Pulling Series Workstock Diesel and 2.6 diesel trucks. So in my world, I think a Workstock diesel truck's like a 2.5 Charger. We'll get Kyle to bring all that out for us. Light limited super stocks, modifieds, pro stocks. And then Saturday it looks like the OSTPA show. Limited pro stock diesel trucks, which we know is the 3.0, mini rods like yours, two-wheelers, mod semis, light limited pro stocks, super stock diesel trucks, super stock tractors, super modified 4-wheel drive trucks, and pro stock. They must have 2 tracks out there because that's a lot of stuff. Okay,
they do.
You've been out there, Logan?
Yep.
Cool. When did you pull out there?
So that was their fall show,
That's right.
Dragway 42 fall shootout last year.
And that was PPL then?
September 14th, PPL. And they run a really quick show out there.
Yep. So I think UD means Uncle Dave. Dave Richardson. I think that's what UD means.
Uncle Dave.
I've heard a lot of different things, but I think that's what it means. So Chris Kilberger is he watches the podcast every Monday night. And again, if you can't catch it live, Logan, tell your friends they can go to Spotify and they can listen to you the next day. Well, Kenzie gets it up usually the next morning. But it's on Spotify and iTunes as well. Let's see here. So that's Dragway 42, Kyle Matcham. He is the son of the owners of the racetrack. He'll be on with us next Monday night, excuse me. Kenzie, what do you want to go to next? What do you got ready?
Whatever's on your list.
Hutchinson, Minnesota.
Okay.
June 6th and 7th. I'll pull this one down. Okay, there we go. So let's talk Hutch. PowerPoint. Power Pole Nationals, Hutchinson, Minnesota. Real quick, back to Dragway 42. Chris says, first 4 classes on Friday night are national or OSTPA. The rest are Bush. So thank you for that, Chris. We appreciate that. So back to Hutchinson. Friday, June 6th, Saturday, June 7th. Super stock diesel tractors, right, Kenzie? Pro stocks, semis, mods, and minis. Right? 5 classes? 5 classes. We'll be up there with Full Pole Live. The only Grand National in Minnesota, Logan. It's about an hour west of Minneapolis, so it's close to the suburbs. Huge crowd both nights. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, you ever been up to that one, Logan, at all?
Never been up to that one. Most of them on the NTPA circuit we haven't been to. Okay. Granted, we've only been in the national game the past 3 years, so going on our 3rd season here.
I like it. But Hutchinson's a great event. Ricky and Julie Rose. Of course, they have an unlimited Ramad, whatever you want to call it. Depends how many engines it's got on.
Classes around.
The Giddy Up tractor, yellow. I don't know what else to say. The family, just a great event. It's a great event. Lots of campgrounds up there. The local Arnold's Case IH dealer is a great sponsor of theirs. Been helping them out for years. And huge crowd, Logan. Huge grandstand on the one side, and then they packing up on the other side as well. So it's a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Dan Mayer and Phil McIntyre will be on the mic up there, Logan, up in the stand. I'll be doing some trackside announcing, doing some winter interviews and stuff like that. So looking forward to that. So hope to see. Yeah. Kenzie, let's go to – you have the WTPA stuff?
Yes.
Let's do Stanley first. That last graphic there, you see WTPA is the full pull. We're partners. I don't know how to say the word. Yep. We've teamed up this year. We're the official stream of the WTPA. We tested it last year at Ridgeland, Wisconsin, and this year I think we're doing all of them, but a couple that Brent Yarn's not going to be at because of prior commitments and stuff like that, Logan. But excited to do that. Hoping obviously to bring more state associations on in 26 as well as we continue to grow. But we're going to be doing some region events as well, but it's going to be great to cover that. WTPA is a great event. A lot of them are tied into the Region 3 events as well, like in Ellsworth, on Saturday, June 7th. So a lot of good stuff up there, Logan. And Stanley, if you're looking for some information on Stanley, go to Stanley Truck and Tractor Pull on Facebook, and it's a good WTPA show there. So let's go to Ellsworth, Kenzie.
So many of those Region 3 guys put on such a good show.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So the second of our starting out our WTPA season, and that'll have some region events too. You saw that on there. 12 classes, 2 tracks, Saturday, June 7th in Ellsworth, Wisconsin. Showdown in Kurdtown. Logan, it's a good one. It's a good one up there. So if anybody's been to Ellsworth or have any comments, Terry Burgett, he said he's been to Stanley, so it's a good pull. So that's awesome. Good to do that. And Chris Kilbarger says, Ricky Rose loves to share adult beverages. True, Minnesota. So I always like having fun with Ricky. We our merchandise trailer was next to his rig last year down in Bowling Green, so we had a lot of fun with him.
That's a deadly combination right there.
It could be. It could be, Logan. It could be, Logan. Kenzie, let's go to Ravenna, Nebraska to start off the Outlaw season June 6th. So there it is, Ravenna, Nebraska, June 6th and 7th. Logan is traditionally kind of the kickoff of the Outlaw season out there in Anavar Park. And fun fact, you don't know, Anavar Park is Ravenna spelled backwards. Yeah, good stuff. They've battled rain the last couple of years. We got rained out last year on Friday night, right, Kenzie? Yeah, we got Saturday night in. A lot of rain. But it's out there a little bit, Logan. I shouldn't say that to you because you live in freaking Kansas. Everything's out there for you.
Everything's kind of out there.
It's out past Grand Island? Yeah. Okay.
Looking here, a loaded class list coming in, kicking off the Outlaws.
Yeah, and then the Outlaws added the minis like the Western Series has, right? Yep. I don't know how many. Did you know how many Outlaw classes the minis are going to be at this year?
Like 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay.
So yeah. So they'll end up down one of our local hometown polls is McLouth, Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
I met you down there a few times, Jason.
Yeah.
And I believe they're having the Western Series light limited minis down there too. So it's going to be a good show all the way around.
I love it. I love it a lot. And then obviously then everybody knows about Farley the next weekend, 12th through the 14th, 50K to win. There's also a huge pull in Mackville, Wisconsin going on that weekend. And that's PPL and Badger State. This poll is super special to me, Mackville, because of I got to help this poll years ago. And I learned from Roger Baum and Renee Grody and the promoters up there. And a lot of the events that we did in Richland Center over the years were things I learned of there. This is the parish festival, or like the Catholic Church puts this on, Logan. And I don't know if you've been up to Mackville with the mini? I can't remember.
We haven't been up to Mackville. They haven't had our class, but I've talked to a lot of good guys, Kevin Moore and a whole bunch of guys that have been up there, and they say it's truly one of a kind.
Yeah, it's legit. It's really, really good. So they had a bad accident 3 or 4 years ago with a spectator crossing the road, and I don't know the exact number on it, but the Diocese of Green Bay, which owns the grounds that the tractor pull was on, wouldn't insure it anymore, the event. And they didn't want to let it go because it's one of those ones probably coming up on 50 years too, Logan.
Yeah.
And they moved it to the Seymour County Fairgrounds. So, Kinsey, I'll bring up the Seymour. Let's bring up I talked to Roger. He came down to the Pullers Championship last week. They sponsored us. They were our roller sponsor. So if you saw the roller, you would have saw the Mackville Nationals banner on there. Is it Seymour, Wisconsin Fairgrounds? It's kind of up there where like Ryan DeBrew lives.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
It's up in that Green Bay area, if you will. They call it the Fox River Valley, Logan. It's like goes Fond du Lac, Oshkosh, Appleton, Green Bay. There's a ton of people, probably a couple million people live up in that little neck of the Wisconsin before you head into the UP. Seymour, Wisconsin Fairgrounds. So they moved it there. I know they're excited for that. I'm going to use Google Map. That's what I use. Google Maps. Google Earth, right, Kens?
Either one. Probably Google Maps would be easier.
I'm going to try Google Earth. That's why we have Logan on here now, too. He can do some cool stuff. Mm-hmm. The younger people. Well, you're young, too. Yeah. You just hang out with those old people all the time.
Oh, sure.
I'm talking to Kenzie, everybody. Normally she's on the screen, but like I said, we had some issues right before we turned everything on tonight. Seymour County Fairgrounds. Can you read the classes? Logan, can you read the classes on your computer, or is it too small?
So we're starting night off, not in polling order per se,
right.
But Pro Pulling League Unlimited Super Stocks, your big 3-4 charge alcohol burning, and I believe diesel. They've got meshed in that class.
Okay.
Then you're going to your blower super modified 2-wheel drive trucks. Following that up with some pro stock diesel. I believe that's your 3.0 class.
3.6.
And then
Pro stocks. Yeah, Magistrate runs pro stocks.
Right.
Pro stock
But
diesel
his
trucks.
trucks are 3.6s.
Okay, sorry.
and then coming in with Pro 4x4 modified trucks, big mountain motor trucks, light limited super stock tractors, super farm tractors through the Pro Pulling League, and light pro stocks.
Nice. Yeah, and Badger State PPL lets you run a component chassis with light pro. And I know
Correct.
they're going to have a really, really, really strong class of light pros, 10 plus this year, is what I've been told. So
I believe at Hillsboro last year, we were well into the teens with light pros.
Yep. Yeah, because you would have had the Silver Series guys there
Yeah.
as well. Gerald, thank you. Nashville's obviously very special to us. We help with that event, and proud to get it going. Year number 4 is in the books. So good to go there. I'm going to share my screen. Can you bring that graphic down? I think I typed in Seymour County Fairgrounds into the Wisconsin, into the Google Earth here. We'll check it out. Happy Memorial Day again, everybody. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it a little bit. Thanks to all the veterans out there. There
It should be Altagammy County Fairgrounds.
Yeah, I think I'm there. Well, that looks like a racetrack. I don't think they can have a tractor pull there.
That's what Farley
So it's the
is.
Altagammy County Fairgrounds in Seymour. Yeah, but RJ built that
Yep,
track.
you're in
down
the right
middle.
spot. You're in the right spot.
Okay, cool.
The pole
It just says
is
Seymour
just
Speedway.
to the southwest of that, I believe.
Am I going the right way?
That's where it just dropped my pin at. So they'll probably end up having it there in front of the grandstands.
Yeah, I would assume so. So anyway, just new location. Need everybody up there in that northeast Wisconsin area to go support Mackville. It's a great event. New track on the infield of the racetrack built a couple years ago. Thank you, Colin Burkholz.
There's
Say it
your
on the
answer.
podcast. Colin's our guy. One of those light pro guys coming through. New track on the infield. Great. Good deal. Perfect. So, again, everybody's talking about Farley, and they should be, but don't forget about Mackville. Mackville's badass, and it's been good for that parish. It's done a lot for pulling over the years. Cambridge, Illinois, Kenzie. Yeah, what do you have for Cambridge?
I have a video.
That's
The Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association thunders into Cambridge, Illinois for Smokin' on the Prairie. Join us Friday, June 20th at 6 p.m. for 2 tracks of awesome outlaw action. 5 total classes will bring all the noise and power. Cambridge, Illinois, Friday, June 20th. Smokin' on the Prairie.
There you go. A brand new outlaw pull in Illinois. The Outlaws are sneaking east a little bit, crossing the Mississippi. It's kind of always been that line, Logan, imaginary line, the Mississippi River. So good to see them checking it out. Now, Kenzie, is that just an outlaw show, or is there ITPA there as well, or is it just outlaws?
I think ITV is there as well.
Okay. Because the ITPA, Logan, has a lot of similar classes to the Outlaws, and they can do a lot of co-sanctioning. I know they're doing some of that at Freeport as well. Are the minis in Freeport, Logan, your class?
I believe I saw them.
Okay.
If not, then they're there a second time or something.
Nice.
I know they were tentatively at the beginning of the schedule, but I haven't had the time to double check them.
Yep. No.
But that would be your limited minis, your Western Series, your small blocks.
Your outlaw, small blocks. Do you know where Cambridge, Illinois is, Kenzie?
Yeah, it's about 4 hours from here.
Is it?
Yeah.
South?
Yes.
Sorry. Kenzie and I spend way too much time together, too much sarcasm.
You'll end up in closer to Hutch if you go the other
Go the other way. Yeah. I was looking for Cambridge, Illinois, and I went to Hutchinson, Minnesota. I think that weekend I'm going to be in Ardmore, Tennessee for Mid-South for Daryl Norman's pull. Kenzie's going to be in Cambridge.
I'll be in Cambridge, yeah.
He'll be in Cambridge. I wanted to show you guys some of the videos that Chandler got. I'm still learning about the Outlaws. This Ohio boy's trying to expand his horizons. Chris, all you need is a subscription to fullpull.live, buddy. You can catch it all. You can catch it all. Let's see here.
It's kind of the meeting of two oceans here.
Kind of. I like it. I like it.
And it's by Davenport. It's about 3 hours from here.
It's down by Davenport?
Yeah.
Okay. Just across the river?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, what do I got on the screen, Kenzie?
You got a
Facebook?
Beer Money Facebook thing.
You want to pull down our tags?
Oh, yeah.
I want to show a video of Mike Evans keeping It's No Joke on all fours. So there's some pictures that Chandler got this past weekend. That thing, when they figure that thing out, Logan, it's going to be tough to beat. You know that, right?
I've had the honor of knowing Mike real well and tuning on some of his stuff and helping with him once he figures her out.
Yep. That's It's No Joke. Another picture of it there. And then this is Timmerman's now, who they used to pull mini and then they quit for a couple years, right?
They were out last year at Hillsboro with another mini that's the only time that we've seen them out, but yeah.
Okay. So this is Joe Ader's chassis that went to Dylan Bunnage, is now here, right? What's the history on this one?
And this one, I believe, is also, it started its life as a Bobcat chassis.
Okay, cool.
So this thing's traveled many, many miles.
Nice.
Over
Timmermans know how to pull.
They do.
Another great picture from our buddy Chandler. And then this is a Pickler tractor. So like a third cousin to Bryce Pickler or something like that is what Chandler told me. So a new mini out this year that probably, I'm guessing WTPA is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, right? Region 3.
Yeah. If anybody says anything in the comments, Kenzie, let me know. I'm just looking through the pictures here. So this is from the Kevin Rudd Memorial yesterday at Sparky's place, which Sparky let me drive his naturally aspirated mini up there at, where were we, Kenzie? New Richmond. Of course, here's our buddy Esden Lane. Power Pole Nationals coming up. And did you get a chance to see the video yet of Esden and Esden that Mike did?
I saw it run across my feed. Been driving all day. Haven't quite got to that far.
Understood. So this is the case of Mesa Haven that hasn't been out in 7 or 8 years. So this is a heavy super, right, Kens? Is that an 8,000 pounder? So. I think it is. I think so. I don't know, maybe Colin should know if he jumps in there, but it hasn't been out for 7 or 8 years is what I read in some of the comments. Then this is their twin engine mod that they pull. I think they pulled with Tri-State.
Maybe, I would think so.
Like in that kind of that super open, whatever class they call it with Tri-State. I forget. Maybe somebody will know exactly from there. But this tractor hadn't been out of you. But Clendall, they kind of had a test and tune for their family, basically, Logan. So they got everything out of the shed there. So
shake the dust off of them.
So James Geezy was there, right?
Yeah,
with Hicktown Hurricane.
That's what I saw post.
Yeah, Chandler got to do he actually rode the tractor out the trailer. Here's some mini rod pictures that Chandler took. If you're a puller and you ever want a picture of one of ours, we don't charge you. Just get a hold of Chandler or Kenzie, and they'll get you the pictures. Tyler Slaw for the Pullers Championship. He was the Saturday night winner, right?
Correct.
And Pysigs won the weekend.
Yep.
This has been the Friday night. I can tell by the dirt.
Yeah.
That track was hard. These are Friday night pictures. Tyler drove both of his dad's tractors well because Bruce had that bad snowmobile accident. There's Abby. This is the new dirt slinger.
Yep.
That's Matt Johnson's, right?
Correct.
Okay. So the dirt makes for cool pictures, but it sucks for pulling when it's hard like that. That's what I always tell people. And there's Chase's. There's the vibrator with the Busch Light wrap on it. Again, we'll have those T-shirts out this week on the interwebs. So Theobald's had all 3 minis at the Pullers Championships. So that's going to be they're up there with Kester's now.
Yeah.
Keeping up.
Yep.
Now, so this, is that Nelson or is that Norton driving it? Because Peter has 2 minis now.
That's Peter Norton's Money on Black team that owns that mini rod and the purple one that looks identical to it.
Yeah.
As for who's
Brian McDonald's Suffer Insanity.
Yep. I believe they purchased the other Bunnage and then one of McDonald's.
Okay.
And as for driving that, it could be either of them.
Yeah. I know one of the Nelsons drove it, and then Peter drove the other one. Peter drove. I think that's Peter there with the green helmet,
with the
right?
green helmet,
Yeah.
With his pro
If
stuff.
I had to guess.
Yeah. Good deal. So there were some pictures there. I wanted to share. See what else Chandler had. There's some stuff from the Kevin Rudd. We showed those already. There's a rollout. Some of the limited classes up there at Kevin Rudd this past weekend. Some turbos. See some garden tractors. So a little bit of everything. Chandler loves this weekend like more than life. Is Memorial Day weekend in Wisconsin because there's 3 pulls right in a row, all kind of his home area, and he loves that. There's Shore Fighties 4-1. Okay, here's Unity Friday night. Mid-South or mid-state. Mid-state pullers.
Mid-state.
Yeah, Mid-South is something completely different. Not in Tennessee. But I'll flip through some of these pictures here. There's an 86 and a 66. I love the open station 86 series tractors. Good looking old Ford. Is that a 460, I think? Farm, I think so.
No, I don't know.
There's a 50. Is that Bartelt's? The 88? It's like a hot farm, pro farm tractor.
Sure. I haven't seen it for a while.
I love this one, the Regulator. I just love old Massey's. They're cool. I know you're a spark plug guy, Logan, but do you have a favorite brand of tractor, like for diesel?
Oh, really? I think an Agco with a methanol burner in it runs the best.
Okay.
Shout out to the good old Hog family with those.
The Hog family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of America in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
That is a whole bunch of America.
Whole bunch of America. Again, this was Unity, Wisconsin, Friday night. Then Chandler went to Saturday night.
It was Saturday night.
Man, the weekend's got me all messed up.
I know.
Some good stuff there. Is that the tractor that was from? Is that Keith Durst's tractor? That was from Richland Center.
Maybe.
Kind of looks like it.
Well, it's not.
I love this. I love that 560 all black like that. That's sharp. Mike Prawn, Pershinsky. Who's got the best beard in pulling? Logan. So good stuff there. Do we have any pulling through the past tonight, Logan? Do you know?
Not really. Pulling through the past. I know Mike kicked around some Brett Berg stuff. That's where we're heading to right now.
Nice. Oh, the windshield on the sled exploded in Unity.
Load of history there, but
Dylan DeWitt's Facebook page. Tell us about it. What can you talk about? I don't want to get you in trouble. So
we've been partnering with him past couple years, just getting our feet off the ground with stuff. So just coming up to do some preventive maintenance, check everything over on the motor programs that we've got, and then we're heading back home to set the motor back in the chassis, and we're gonna try to throw her on up in there this year.
Nice. Love it. Oh, we got our first spammer. Okay, so this is a windshield broke, sled exploded. So watch as a rock hits us. The windshield broke on the sled. This is Saturday night up in, I think this is Dylan DeWitt's sled. Who lives down by us? Over here, like Ontario?
Yeah.
You ever rode in a sled, Logan? It's rough.
It is, but I got a ride with Brandon Bungart once, but it's very similar to what it feels like to ride in a Mini itself. So it's weird.
Yeah, you're right. Very similar. We'll watch this one more time. Was that a big rock? So yeah, just cruising along, and I don't have a windshield anymore. So.
I'm honestly surprised that doesn't happen more often.
Well, so Chris Kilbarger says get him some Lexan or Lexon. That's a glass thing or whatever. But Lexan. I do know, never seen a rock do that to a sled before. Chandler said. Brad Crookton said he had laminated windshields. And I'm sure the Bauer sleds and the Bungard sleds and the Richard Love sleds all have that in there. Dylan's just getting going. So That's how you
your
learn.
bulletproof class in them.
Yep. Exactly. So, yeah. So, I mean, really kind of a quiet, any polls going on in your area next week? I said our team's going to cover the Badger State poll in Prairie Du Sac. Logan, what do you got? Anything coming up in your area next week?
Not really much for us. One more kind of quiet week. I think there might be a couple MSTPA state level polls. But other than that, just getting ready for some of the big stuff coming up here soon.
Cool. Misty Schumacher says you need to message for the next ride girl. What's that?
Don't know.
I think there's one too many words in there.
Yeah.
You need to message the ride girl, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I can't read that.
We were just sharing that video off there. So, Misty, let us know exactly what you're trying to say there. Yeah, we're excited to get things going, Logan. Next week, we're going to have Kyle Matcham on from Dragway 42. We'll probably talk to the Roses a little bit about Hutch. Probably have some Ravenna, Nebraska promoters on as well and keep going. And you and Mike will start gathering up some guests, and we're going to have some fun. So, don't worry. I was reading the comments. Sorry. In about 20 minutes, about 18 minutes, Massetti and Friends pops on. For those of you that want to do some more points, head over to MLM Motorsports on the Facebook page. And if it's happening out west or in California, they were at Silver Dollar.
Something like that.
Silver Dollar something pull. Logan, we'll have to get you out to California with us. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild.
Never been east of the Rockies, let alone this grand state we live in, but it's a long ways out west.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We drove it from Georgia. We did. I rode it. Doug drove it.
Georgia to California. Wow.
From Diesels and Dark Corners out to California. So
I had to make a spit stop.
a spit stop?
In Kentucky first.
That's right. We did. We had to go back to Kentucky, drop the stuff off, then take off. Logan, put you on the spot.
All right.
Top 5 pulls. Give me 5. Give me 5 pulls that you haven't been to, but you want to go to in the future.
Top one right off the list, Louisville, Kentucky. Number 1 right there.
Yep, that's a home run.
Next, we're talking Bowling Green, Ohio. Another big one there. Another one, my dad went back when he was my age pulling minis, but Toma, Wisconsin.
Yep.
That's always been up there. Chapel Hill, Tennessee is another destination pull for us. And then we'll round it out. We've been to the track several times, but never to the event is the Pullers Championship.
Cool.
So pulled multiple times out there at Holzhauer's, but not under the sanctioning of the Pullers Championship.
What are some events that you're currently so that I'm trying to think your tractor does well at, or you have confidence in, or are we still too new yet, Logan, for you to be like, I love Henry because I always do well at Henry? Where are you at with that?
Well, we know the guys out at Henry pretty well, and we've had good success over these past couple of years filling that out. Another big one for us was Evansville, Indiana.
Okay.
That one really surprised us when they added that to the schedule. So we're feeling pretty good about that. And as for everything else, we're just going to go out there, try the best, and see what we can do with what we've got. Good
deal. Well, Logan, it's great having you on every Monday night on Let's Grow Pulling. Again, fans, if you miss a live or you want to relive this amazing podcast and positivity, head over to Spotify or iTunes, click on Let's Grow Pulling. You can catch every episode. Kenzie uploads them. She'll upload them the next day. Mike, our normal host, is not here tonight. He is taking a couple weeks off before he gets super busy announcing outlaw pulls and helping with Full Pull Live. And great to have you on now, Logan. Is this episode number 3 that you've been on with us,
Yep.
Logan?
Week number 3.
Love it. I'm so glad to have another angle, another voice, another opinion on here. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, cool. Logan, see you next Monday, buddy. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Today. Let's talk about today.
Compare national and state level, you have to run
Non-sales, wholesale.
Is like 9,000.
The only mistake I made, I didn't put her in the registration.
just this ever evolving story.